Hi, thank you everyone for being here. I'm Pablo Banda. I'm a Chilean researcher working with Horizon Legacy. You may have saw the presentation for Nhung, or CEO. Specializing in robotic manufacturing, computational design, and building performance simulation. By formation, I'm an architect, and I collaborate with the 3D printing in concrete for the Gananoque project. So thank you so much. This project consisted on a 20-house townhouses development grouped in two main clusters. The first floor was 3D printed, and the other one, the second floor, was with conventional timber. Our collaborators were Architecture Unfolded, Jablonski, and ABC Construction Corp. But Rise Legacy did the 3D printed part. We play this video here. Well, maybe we can just skip that part, but was just for give you the idea how we deploy this system. This is the BAL 2.0 system that consists in a mobile 7-axis robot manipulator and a pumping system. So we can go around these two blocks, move and print up to with an envelope of 12 meters. But the one I'm specifically presenting is not just the Gananoque project as the project, it's just the digital workflow that we develop in-house for getting this done. As you may know, digital workflows are parametric CAD software platforms that develop printable building from AEC sources. Its minimum like expression can be just a simple slicing process, but we augment it and use it to augment the design to have some other capabilities. So the main challenges that we faced on this was the integration of the robotics into the AC environment. We printed on site, so we must deal with the tolerances, etc. The effective representation of the 3D printed concrete in construction. Also to add value of the 3D printed process by showing the material expression by the use of new digital possibilities, and to add capabilities of this digital workflow to be persistent, and as well as that being capable to being adapted. So I explained BAL, but all the other system is involved is the Wells construction. That's the cluster of schematized AC and 3D PC knowledge in terms of recipes, a group of variables, etc. So this digital workflow consists in four main clusters that develop the building envelope through a sequence of this. That's right, for transforming the architectural geometry into 3D printing concrete program from execution. So the first of these clusters will take the architectural project and will recognize some areas, taking this 3D printing wall knowledge to recognize the adjacencies, for example, the frontal face, the back face, the part that will be anchored to the floor, etc. The second part is the wall 3D printing tectonic programming. That's the part that has two more phases. That's our this also has to be played, right? Well, that showcase a lot of different patterns that we can do. And these also showcase is we know tectonics as an elevation of the construction into an art form. So we explore and exploded want to showcase how this can be like aesthetically pleasant and interesting. And also the toolbar part that is not just slicing, but is intended to coordinate with the construction. For example, by adding a supplementary component allocation. So the third cluster will produce the allocation by itself. Developing the allocation diagram, we can print like up to 2 or 3 walls and then move. And these are also some outputs are analysis in terms of diagrams for being compliant with the robotic technician. So he can know if this will work, there is some risk about quality issues, and so on. Well, the last part is the automatic delivery of 4 program types. There is a main routine that will run to the printing of different walls or different sections. The part that is, as I said, one wall or different sections of the wall, depending on how many points we can get to the manipulator, right? The specimen or pro, that is a program for structural testing, and our dry run, that's a simplified program for compliance, for getting if we are not out of reach, etc. So, regarding the printing task, we detected that 60% is used to the actual print. The other thing goes to complementary tasks, such as material preparation, setting, calibration, dryer, etc. So there is a room for improvement there, and in the context of ISARC, it's very interesting. For example, how we can implement more robotics in the other process. So, for example, rebar allocation. So, in terms of results, we say that the tool panel the execution provided expressive design patterns that are 2 kinds: the relief pattern, that's like the 3D pattern, and the dripping that we play a little bit with the gravity to have this effect. In terms of construction or tolerances, we can say that in the global dimension results, we are within our 15 millimeters. And the build width, we're between 5 and 15 also, but taking into account the draping pattern, that's kind of a free fall. So I think we are pretty good on that. So some salient features that we can say is we successfully integrate the know-how between construction or mechanical engineers and the labor. These platform prove themselves to be persistent. We just changed during the execution of this just by parametric change. We didn't need to do some structural changes, etc. We went holistic. We went to the plans, to the actual execution, and we have some room for a lot of improvements. We are already doing it with our next project that is a 3-story building. So in conclusion, we demonstrated a platform for 3D printed envelopes. It's validated by the execution of the project. It shows persistent geometry in terms of inputs and different workflows. We are doing a 2.0 version now, but keeps the same clusters. We'll unlock new architectural expressions, and we get some precision and also design freedom in the same platform. Also, we can say that we didn't expect or wait to have everything solved. We just getting the construction site facing hard climate, uh, tolerances of the conventional construction, etc. But we learn a lot, and we are just applying this in our new projects. So thank you so much.